Stocks were halted for 15 minutes when U.S. markets opened on Monday after both the Dow and the S&P 500 fell more than 7%. Economists attribute the sharp drop to conflict between Saudi Arabia and Russia, coupled with the coronavirus outbreak. The last time a stock market circuit breaker was triggered during active trading was in December of 2008, when a 15-minute trading halt took effect after the S&P 500 fell 7%. Joining us to weigh in on this is Ryan Giannotto, the Director of Research at Granite Shares. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. To be sure, this was a very, very serious condition of fear and loathing in the stock market.
Yeah, exactly. So the coronavirus outbreak, it continues to impact U.S. and global markets, coupled with the crude oil war between Russia and Saudi Arabia. How concerned should Americans be, especially those who have invested in the stock market?
Well, I mean, somewhere we're looking at between, everything goes back to normal tomorrow and, 2008 crisis again. So those are our two extremes, and markets are trying to figure out desperately somewhere where the situation falls between these two poles. And right now, there's just a lot of fear, not a lot of rationality. And like you said with the circuit breaker yesterday, the fear was so great that you couldn't even get out of the market, even if you wanted to, for that 15-minute period.
What is the best case and worst case scenarios for the coronavirus impact on the U.S. economy?
Well, best case is, okay, wow, we really overreacted. Things go right back to normal tomorrow. The worst case is another 2008 crisis, financial crisis, stocks go down 50%. That's really sort of the worst case scenario. We see government, bailouts of major institutions, and that would be the absolute worst case. We don't see anything worse than that right now. But somewhere between these two poles is where the actual circumstance will likely fall. But people have no idea where that what that exact scenario is.
And looking at the the stock futures for the three major indices, all three are up in the green, with the Dow poised to open at above 1,000 or an additional 1,000 points. But during the sell-off, stockholders will often look into low-risk investments such as bonds and Treasury inflation-protected securities. How much longer can we anticipate this to be the case as the stock market continues to be turbulent?
I mean, it's been a very, very dynamic environment, and in these sorts of scenarios, gold really can bring a lot of value to investors, serves as a store of value, and is able to, at times, buffet the shocks in both the stocks and bond markets, and it can really moderate these extreme scenarios. There's a limit to what can be predicted. I don't care how good your risk model is, what sort of volatility you're forecasting. This is something that is inherently unpredictable. No one could say, a month ago, Italy would be locked down. That would be insane. But that's the reality we're at now. And it's in these sort of unknowable scenarios that gold can really bring value to portfolios.
Yeah, that, and especially that oil war that's happening right now. And lastly, where you mentioned gold, where else would you recommend for someone to invest their assets?
Well, I mean, making severe adjustments to portfolios is not advisable during a panic, but really gold makes a lot of sense in these environments. It's a safe haven, it's a store of value, and it can serve to counteract both shocks in the stock and bond markets. And, times have been extremely turbulent. Not since the financial crisis have we seen an environment such as this. And like you said, the whole oil war adds a whole nother element to the already substantial uncertainty over the coronavirus. The hurricane cone of market uncertainty has just been expanding drastically, more rapidly than than the human brain can even fathom. And this is an environment where gold really can bring a lot of value.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.